It's a prime-time matchup under the lights. The Texas Longhorns have a number 1 in front of their name for the first time since winning the national championship last year. And today we're bringing you some gameplay action as the Cougars come in and play the Longhorns. Tomorrow will be the recruiting, the Heisman standings, the conference standings, and a little comb over as we take a look and sift through some of our top players and continue to break down and analyze how good this team is in terms of progressing towards a dynasty. But for the sake of not having a lot to show you before this game, and next week's a bye week, we're going to show you some gameplay action today on Saturday, and tomorrow comes the update with recruiting and other news as well. And so Texas is coming out of the gates here, unable to score on their first possession. Tyrone Swoops misses a sure touchdown, but they're able to drive down the field despite that early miss, and Swoops makes up for his mistake with his arm by running it in with his legs. The Texas Longhorns up 7-0, and the defense, you know, after that performance against Oklahoma, that they have got as much confidence as you can possibly have, and they've already got a sack there, a big stop. And later on their next drive, Swoops connects with Freeman after the play action. Teams have to respect that running game. It is an incredibly potent attack on the ground for the Longhorns. And a nice completion there for a big pickup and a first down as time winds down here. The give to the freshman, Chris Gunn. Look at that elusiveness. He didn't even have to juke or spin. The tiny little number 9 sliding right through the skinny man, followed by the big beefy man, Chris Warren, getting the handoff, plowing his way into the end zone. It's a 2-touchdown lead, and it's a 2-sack lead. Tanner Mangum goes down, dropped by Nashon Hughes, the other defensive end opposite Caleb Blewett. You know that Blewett's going to get in on some sack action before the day's over as well. Mangum later dropping back on 3rd and 15. And Jason Hall, he's a safety, but he covers like a corner. There are no weaknesses in this Texas defense on the matchup side of things. And they're able to get themselves in great field position to start again. Swoops with the read option, breaks that tackle. He breaks it out to the side. He almost had himself a big touchdown run, but the saving ankle grab there. Swoops again, going the other way, getting a little bit smarter. He's thinking about his pro career as the senior. He doesn't want to take any big shots. He wants to save himself and also continue this current season and the run that the Longhorns are on, running a lot of read option. Teams are keying on the running back, and Swoops is reaping the rewards of that. Another touchdown, his second of the day. On the defensive side of things, even though the Longhorns missed the extra point, they're still up by 3 scores, and BYU is struggling to do much of anything. They've gone to the running game here in the second. Oh, but they go back and caught in cover 2. Aaron Colbert steps up, picks it, and takes it to the house. It's a pick 6 touchdown for Texas. 27-0, barely 2 minutes into the second quarter. Later, it's a screen, and they might be big men, but they're also smart men. Hassan Ridgeway, I believe the nation's sack leader, coming up there. And a few plays later, another screen, and Caleb Blewett says, I can do that too. Sniffing it out, forcing the cutback. Texas going to try a screen of their own a little bit later on 3rd and 9. Chris Gunn with the catch, the juke, but there's no opening there. Good defense by BYU. The Cougars get the ball back, but there's nobody open on defense. And waiting is Caleb Blewett and the rest of the Texas Longhorns defensive line. There is a sack for big number 42. Him and Ridgeway are in a battle to see who can lead the nation, I should say, in sacks this season. A little back and forth again, and another screen. There's Blewett forcing the cutback. And a nice play by the rest of the defense, stepping up, playing as a unit. Back with the ball is Texas, and back with another interception. He just can't go a complete game without throwing it to the other team. Tyrone Swoops, his first pick of the game, hopefully his only. BYU drives down the field trying to put some points on the board before we get to the end of the first half. Nobody's open once again, and Tanner Mangum goes down. Another sack, and it's 27-3. Texas with a confident lead at the end of the first half, just as everyone expected. BYU overwhelmed completely in the first half. We move ahead into the fourth. Now let's take a look at some of the guys that are playing in the backup positions. A little read option. Hurd pitches it out to Gray. Gray, usually playing at wide receiver, shifts himself into the backfield. Garrett Gray, 28 yards on the rush. This team is just loaded with athletes. And when you get up by 31 points and it's late in the game and you've got the backups in, there's a little bit of grace for having a little bit of fun. You can pull out every play in the playbook and get a little bit silly with things. Enjoy yourselves somewhat. It's not about running up the score. It's about enjoying the moment. And Chris Gunn, we hope to enjoy him for at least 3 more years as he closes out this contest with a nice little run. 7 carries for him on the day, 31 yards. Swoops leading the way on offense. 2 total touchdowns. Almost 200 yards rushing for Texas, 140 through the air. BYU only 20 yards on the ground on the day. Texas just dominating the time of possession, and if you erase that fourth quarter when the backups were in, this was a blowout by every facet of the imagination. Swoops again, a solid day, a couple of touchdowns. Boyette Jr., a couple of sacks for himself. Everybody on the defensive line was getting in on the action there, getting their hands on Tanner Mangum and throwing him down to the ground. He probably was sacked as many times as he had passes completed. So a nice win. And Texas going to head into the bye week. We've got a fun update for you tomorrow, followed by some conference games. We'll see you then. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, comment, or share the video below. Subscribe if you haven't. And next time you're shopping online at Amazon or eBay, use the links I provided in the description to help support my channel. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.